When you pay to park at the banks, Hamilton County leaders use some of that money to pay for their $1 million legal bill. The county has spent $21 million, in fact, on attorney's fees to develop the Cincinnati riverfront over the past 2 decades.
And as the city and the county battle over the bank's concert venue, those legal costs continue to rise. Investigative reporter Paula Christian explains what's behind this blame game and what it will cost taxpayers.
Attorney Tom Gableman is the man behind decades of Cincinnati's riverfront development. He helped get Great American Ballpark off the ground, negotiate leases with the Cincinnati Bengals, and bring life to the banks.
This is a mud pit. There was a gulf between the ballpark and the Freedom Center. There was nothing.
But Gableman's biggest challenge may be bringing a concert venue to the banks. A bitter fight between the city and county has delayed groundbreaking for 8 months and may have stalled it indefinitely.
$20 million that's a lot of money. Put it in perspective. We're on a $3 billion project. Looking at the return on investment, and you say, this is money well spent.
Gableman's legal fees have come under scrutiny as he tries to break the stalemate. The county has paid his law firms $21 million since 2000. Hamilton County Commissioner Todd Portune admits that is a lot of money.
That's a big number. It averages over 20 years about $1 million a year.
Several county officials, including Portune, tell the I-Team those fees are worth it, because the banks now generates over $1 billion of economic impact a year. But he isn't happy that political fighting has driven up the county's legal bills. He blames Mayor John Cranley.
And quite honestly, I think that the increase in legal fees is directly due to those inappropriate, in violation of the agreements with the county, objections.
Commissioners voted in 2016 to cap the fees from Gableman's law firm at $575,000 a year. But county leaders also voted to exceed that cap in 2 of the last 3 years. In 2018, the county paid his firm of Frost Brown Todd $821,000. That's almost the salaries of the 4 highest paid county employees combined. Cranley doesn't think those bills are his fault. He responded to Portune's criticism in a statement to the I-Team. It is patently absurd to blame me for their decisions. We hire lawyers at public service rates, not $20 million a year. It's not surprising when you pay high corporate rates that you're going to have the corporate interests protected ahead of the public good. Cranley isn't the only one critical of Gableman's legal bills. Former Commissioner Chris Monzel, who lost his re-election bid last year, thinks the county should pay closer attention to those bills.
The county's really not going in there and putting limits on the spending, and it does look like a blank check, and it shouldn't be.
Portune says the county needs Gableman's expertise on these high-stakes negotiations.
The people that we're negotiating with, let's start with the Bengals. Yeah. They're not scrimping on having the best legal minds that money can buy.
Gableman says his first duty is to taxpayers.
I'm going to protect the interests of the taxpayers. I'm a taxpayer. My family is a taxpayer. I'm going to protect those interests.
But Cranley and Monzel aren't so sure. County leaders say they don't know how much they will spend on fees to Gableman's firm this year. Based on the bills they've paid so far, it is on target to spend $760,000.
It hurts the taxpayer at the end of the day because they're the ones that are paying all the bills.
Tom Gableman charges the county $250 an hour, which is far less than his normal rate of $560. Even as county leaders complain about the high legal bills, they say they don't want another attorney to do the job. Paula Christian, 9 on your side.